The transit station of Nexus 7 was chaos incarnate, thousands of beings from hundreds of worlds, rushing through corridors of steel and light. In the middle of it all, a small Qaliri child stood alone, lavender scales shimmering with tears, clutching a torn stuffed creature. Hundreds passed without looking. One human woman stopped. Dr. Elara Moss knelt down, made eye contact, and chose to care. That choice would echo across the galaxy. Nexus 7 was where the vulnerable disappeared, a crossroads of commerce and migration. It was also hunting ground for traffickers who understood that lost children became commodities in the right hands. The Qaliri were especially valuable. Their crystalline scales produced biochemical compounds worth fortunes on black markets. A lost Qaliri child had minutes before she vanished forever. Elara was a xenobiologist traveling to a research conference, carrying grief like a second skeleton. Her daughter Maya had died 3 years ago in a shuttle accident, 7 years old, gone in an instant. Elara had held her hand thousands of times, promised countless times to keep her safe. She'd failed the one time it mattered. Now she saw Maya's terror reflected in every frightened child's eyes. She approached slowly, speaking softly in universal standard. "Hey, sweetheart. Are you lost?" The child Kira didn't understand the words but recognized the tone. Safety. Kindness. She nodded, trembling. Elara extended her hand, palm up. Kira took it, her small hand cool and shaking. Elara activated the station's lost child protocol, broadcasting Kira's description. No response. Station security was understaffed, often corrupt. And then Elara noticed them, 3 figures coordinating movements through the crowd. Professional predators closing in on prey. Traffickers. Her heart hammered. She could hand Kira to security and hope. Or she could stay. She was a scientist, not a soldier. No weapons. No training. But she remembered holding Maya's hand, remembered promises she couldn't keep. She wouldn't fail another child. Elara picked Kira up and moved toward the security checkpoint 200 meters away. The traffickers adjusted, cutting her off. The lead, a hulking Kryll mercenary, stepped in front of her. "That's not your child, human. Hand her over." Elara's voice was steel. "She's under my protection. Move." The Kryll laughed. Kira whimpered, burying her face in Elara's shoulder. He reached for the child. Elara shifted, putting her body between them. "Touch her and you'll regret it." The Kryll's hand closed around Elara's wrist, tight enough to bruise. He leaned close. "You're alone, human, emotional, weak. Walk away." Elara didn't walk away. With her free hand, she triggered her wristcom's emergency broadcast, activating every camera in the vicinity, streaming live to station networks. Suddenly they were on display. Witnesses. Documentation. The Kryll hesitated. Elara pressed forward. "Everyone can see you now. Every species on this station knows you're trying to take a child. So walk away, or I make you famous as the trafficker who attacked a human protecting a child." His grip tightened. Pain shot through her arm. She didn't flinch. Instead, she snarled a raw, guttural sound from somewhere primal, teeth bared, eyes locked with absolute defiance. Not words. Not reason. Pure protective fury. The Kryll had hunted dozens of species. He'd seen fear, seen submission, seen negotiation. He'd never seen this, a physically inferior creature radiating such focused aggression that his own predatory instincts screamed warning. This human wouldn't run. She'd fight to the death. Broadcast lights blinked on nearby devices. Crowds slowed, watching. It was spreading across networks in real time. Station security, suddenly aware of public scrutiny, rushed toward them. The Kryll calculated odds. He released Elara's wrist and disappeared into the crowd. Elara's legs nearly buckled. She held Kira tighter. Station security detained the traffickers within 20 minutes using Elara's footage. Kira's family was found. Her mother Shivala, a Qaliri diplomat, approached Elara with tears streaming down crystalline scales. You risked everything for a child you didn't know. Why? Elara's voice broke. Because someone should have done the same for my daughter. The footage spread across the galactic network like wildfire. Species everywhere watched a human snarl at a trafficker 3 times her size, watched her refuse to abandon a frightened child despite impossible odds. The Qaliri conclave declared Elara an honorary protector of their people. Other species began sharing similar stories, humans who stopped to help strangers, who chose risk over safety, who bonded instantly with vulnerable beings. What the galaxy viewed as emotional liability, humans viewed as moral imperative. Shivala wrote in a published essay, "Humans calculate risk against moral cost." For them, abandoning a child in danger carries a price their conscience cannot pay. The galaxy learned Dr. Elara Moss's name. But more importantly, they learned what it meant. Humanity doesn't ask if helping is safe or logical. They only ask if it's right, then they act.